Hello, welcome, folks. So today is on a Tuesday. And we've been having this price action lately. So Monday, during the PM session, we happened to trade into the daily CB. As you can see, we happened to trade into that daily CB during the PM session, and then we had this nice pullback into this level that we marked yesterday. So I was saying, if at all it's to go lower, then these lows that were resting right here. So let me check from the 15 minutes time frame. So we were having this low here. So we happened to take it right there. And then during the London session, again, we just had this deeper pullback into now this level. So that was also nice. And also just look at the way the bodies were staying. Uh, yeah, how are you? So also look at the way the bodies were staying on top of that midnight open. So the true day open on Monday. Okay. So there's really nice. So in here was just anticipating bullishness. And indeed it did happen. So if you look at the 30 minutes, the 15 minutes, you can see we're having this fair value gap in form of a CB. Once it traces, so let me just remove this and also this. So once trade above it, right there. So any pullback, we need to see it hold, and also we had this BC. So in here, in as much as it was really sluggish, I mean slow, but then we had that rip higher. So that's something. That's something. So now let's take a look at what price is doing. So we are trading, we are opening inside a price level, okay? So that daily BCB. And also we are still, remember we're still having this high here, this buy side liquidity. So if we can afford to take out that high, then I want to see us do something like previous day's high taken out. So what next? Are we going to anticipate a much, draw higher, or are we going to anticipate a reversal? So we will have to wait and see. Yeah, karibuni. So just like we always do, what's your bias? So are you bullish? Are you bearish? Or are you neutral? So also make sure you look at you check out the economic calendar. Yeah, so economic calendar, make sure you also take a look at the economic calendar. So to me, I feel like there is really nothing today. So let me just check. So Monday, Tuesday we have pending home sales. So medium impact, that is. So we've taken out Monday's high. So that's really nice. Hmm. So after taking out that high, so 931. So I like this to act as our first presented fair value gap. This one here, that's my first presented fair value gap. So we are trading inside that first presented fair value gap that I've highlighted there. Mhm. So let's see what you're having. Okay, and also I failed to look at the 4H. So 4H, is there anything really? Nope. So 4H, you're just having this up close candle. So the all of these, so this acts as an order block. And then the most important part, this order block is just the midpoint. So as we are closing the next 20 minutes, are we going to close above the midpoint, the main threshold? Also want to look for, check out for that possibility. Or is this level really going to hold now that we've taken out Monday's high? So if we happen to break higher, then probably we'll be coming for these levels. But I don't want to believe that that's what it wants to do. But if at all it's going to do that, then if at all we are going to be bullish, then these levels here. But for now, let's watch and see how this CB price is going to react to this CB. Yeah. So let's see how price reacting to this sell side imbalance by side inefficiency on the daily time frame. So on the 4H, that's what you're having. On the 1H, We had this CB, trade into it, pushed lower. Again, now you're breaking above it. So what is this price telling us? And also, let me just take a so I like this high because it's slightly higher than this. So this is the hourly 25 quadrant level. What's really in here? Let me scale down to 30 minutes and see. In here, nothing really, just these relatively equal highs. That's on the 30 minutes. On the 15 minutes, okay, I don't know. So are we going to reach, that level? For now, we can't really tell. So what happens? We read what price is doing, what the market is highlighting for us right now. Sauti imeenda? No, 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 no. Can you just check from your end? Try and check from. So, Caleb, how are you? So, kila mtu, am I audible to everyone? John is telling me he can't hear me. So if you can hear me, just let me know so that I know if the problem is from my end, I know how to fix it. Eco. Okay, Eco. Thank you. So that's good. So right now I'm having that daily CB, okay? So inside that daily CB, these are my levels. So these are my levels. We are still having just this small portion to fill the whole of it. Okay. So the first presented fair value gap is holding. It's like we are really bullish now. 1 minute SMT. Hmm. So first presented fair value gap holding price. So what's really above this? I mean, if you look at the daily time frame, what's really above here is I can see we're having this volume imbalance. So just a minute. So as I was saying, so above price, I can see we are having not really this. We are having this level here. Okay. So in here we're having these two BC, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. After the first presented fair value gap has just been holding price, just look at how beautiful this is. So anyone who is seeing anything? Yeah, not a good pair. So guys, so now it's 9:50 macro, and right now we are trading into that lower fair value gap. There's one here. So we had these two fair value gaps. So there's one and there's one. So we try into this, we stretch into this, also hitting the top of that daily BC. So what next? This level next, or are we going low? I don't know. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. So if it doesn't give us anything, we're going to be wait for 10:30. But right now, I feel like if this level is going to hold, since this one has held price, so I'm just watching. So most of the time, I don't see it trade into this lower. Or if it trades into this one, then it needs to do something like this. So this is really nice. So perhaps this level here. So someone longed here, still holding. Nice. I don't know. Anyone who is long is on profits. But for me, I can't really involved. I mean, get myself involved because I'm trying to understand what it's really doing. So right now, what it's really doing is simply expanding higher, higher, higher. So let me take a look at yes. So yesterday failed to take out this high, and now today, so these were some relatively equal level highs, smooth, smooth, smooth. So now there's high also next potentially a potential target. The Dow also trading higher. So remember this level here, these levels, we are also having these relatively equal highs. Who sold? Are you short, Caleb? So 10, we've opened at 10. I mean, 10, we've opened right there. So still nothing. So looking at the 5 minutes, we're having this small BC here. We tried trading into it and then not much of an impact. We're also having this order block and we're having the all of this. So remember, it's still inside the macro. And for me, I'd really love to wait for more information. So now the fact that we are trading below this level, so that's kind of something. That's kind of something. But let's wait and see how it's going to react to the first presented fair value gap. So it's giving us this fair value gap. Form of a CB. So can it not fill it in, leave it, and then we trade into this? So it's trading into that fair value gap, CB. Hmm. Oh boy. So closing above the consequent encroachment, but still it's in alignment to this lower fair value gap. Now an IAVG, so we expect to see any movement back into this level. We need to see it hold. Hmm. 0.5 to 55. Okay. So look at the 15 minutes. We also had this BC on the 15 minutes. And we've kind of stretched into it just slightly below this low. So these three up close candles, and then one straight pass. These candles high to these candles low. That's a fair value gap. So how are we going to use that fair value gap? Tin, 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 tin. So on days like this, most of the time, if I see there's no momentum, I just let it slide. Mm. Just let it slide. And either wait for the next macro or just wait for the next day. That is, if you can. If you can't wait for the next macro. So all I can say is that we really try into that lower, I mean, this first, this one, where we left it, any pullback into that, you can see the body is staying below. So whatever has happened in here, now there's now a signature. So there's now a price telling us something. So at first I wanted to see it leave this. Was it this one or this one? So now there's really nice. So now in here, there's now the elephant of it. 15 minutes, you're having that. We're also having a first presented fair value gap. Okay, 5 minutes, you're also having that. So on the 5 minutes, we've really violated this BC, this order block, and also we're having these two levels here. This fair value gap, this order block. Yeah, how are you doing, Chandan? Uh, You can see most people are bearish and also neutral. Okay. So now what happens if you don't catch, I mean, if you miss the setup, let's say to go short, what happens? Just have to let it slide. Okay, so okay. So this small fair value gap. So right here, okay, measuring this CB, the daily CB, 0.50% mark, we had this small fair value gap. And we will not really try into it. So now we're breaking below the first presented fair value gap. That's crazy. Mm. Wow. Okay, so most of the time, if at all I was to be bearish, then I don't see this movement above. I mean, till we overlap the first presented fair value gap, the way we have done here. So most of the time, if I'm bearish, I want to see this level here act as a support level for price to push lower. I mean, needs to hold price and push it lower. But now that you're trading above this level, so I'd like to believe that we might really want to trade into this level, into these highs. So is this fair value gap going to hold so that we leave it unfilled. I don't know. So let me now remove that. So you might as well just, I mean, you might as well wait for the next 5 minutes. If you feel like you're seeing something, you might decide to wait for the next 5 minutes, or I don't know. So I want to try something short. not good. So this upper level is holding. So that drawdown was really huge. So most of the time, I usually wait for the 10:30 to open. So if we can afford to break this level, then my stop is going to be scaled into this level. So right now I'm scaling it to this low here. So I know I'm being aggressive with it. So can we really break above this high, this level here? So if you can give us that, then we might afford now to scale our stop loss. Because now any pullback, we need to see this level holding. Hmm. So let me just watch it break above that this line here. If we can afford to break above it, get an up close, then you might want to see price use it to push price higher into this high maybe. So now let's wait and see if it can close above there. Because also I'm also watching this high, and there's one also relatively equal. It's really sloppy. So this level is holding. So if it decides to take out this low, then might as well just take me out. So it's kind of coming for my stop. So that was it. TP2. TP2 hit. So were you long or short? Okay, so you paid the trader. That's nice. So I failed to do that. So if it's really bearish from, okay, understandable. 25 quadrant level. So my stop is below this level. So if it takes out this low, then I'm exposed. So that will be my only trade today. So it will be a loss of 119. Yeah, so in as much as I still believe this level is going to hold, but for now, for me, I can call it a session. So okay, I can call it a session. So yesterday, small win. I mean, yesterday we got a win. Today, a loss. So that's that's good. So I still believe this level might hold, though I'm not participating. If I'm to do anything, then maybe wait for the PM session or maybe 10:50, 11:10 macro. Okay, so after taking me out now, it wants to pump. So crazy, crazy, crazy. But then if it can trade back into this level again, which I doubt. So in here, you can now start framing also your another setup. Oh boy. Okay, so this is the speed that I really wanted to see, but it all happened. So breakaway gap. These are the gap. So I'm trying one final one. Your emotions have activated. Yeah, so it's wise if you can just watch from the sideline, just sit on hands. I mean, that's really hard. Also, if you are scaling, I mean, if you're scaling your stop loss the way I'm doing, I mean, might again turn back and take you out. So crazy. So I like the way there's the measuring gap is really holding it. So this low one act as a breakaway gap. So I really want to see how it's breaking above this high here. I really want to see how it's breaking above it. So does it have the ability to do that? I don't know. Time will tell. But then there's a really dirty price action to be trading in. To be honest, So can it really break above that high? There's high here with speed and distance. I mean, I need to see large candles break above, purge this level, break above. Or if it's really heavy to go higher, the way I can see, give us a large candle, sweep any liquidity resting above these levels. And then we get a big rejection. I mean, then we reject. So same thing to what we saw yesterday during the PM session. We just got a huge candle, one big candle that tray into that daily CB, and then pressed lower into those cells. I mean, relatively equal lows that I highlighted yesterday. That if we were to go short, then that level needs to be tagged. So our first entry, we were taken out by this candle. So immediately we were taken out because we scaled our stop loss to this low. So immediately we were taken out, so we had this runner. So in this runner, we trade this as a breakaway gap, measuring gap. So price trades back into the measuring gap. Inside time 1050. So 1050, 1110 mark. In as much as there's really nothing going on, but so we tried another long. So believing that price is not going to trade back into this breakaway gap, but then might as well trade back into this level if it hesitates to take out this high. So we are going to have a small time frame, relatively equal highs resting above here. So this high and also this, if it happens to trade below, I mean back lower into these levels. So that will be this high, this one, or might as well just run lower, because from the look of things, it's really heavy. It's really heavy, and I don't know. On the 15 minutes time frame, the 15 minutes BC held price, nice. 30 minutes we are really having nothing. Same to the 1 hour, nothing. Just a bunch of days. I saw this high here, and there's volume imbalance resting above here. So that's what I was anticipating to see price trade to, but now it's really adamant in taking out this high. So these two lines, so there's just a 5 minutes volume imbalance right here. We also had another one here. So I'd really say that these are really hard PA to be trading in. So our first entry taken out. So this level holding, after taking us out, gave us that runner. So sell side liquidity, high, break above, speed, distance, fair value gap, return into the fair value gap, but then which fair value gap? The upper one. We don't want to see it trade into the lower one. So lucky there is kind of like 2022. So low, high, low, low. Break above this high with speed and distance, fair value gap, return into the fair value gap. But then most of the time, if I'm using a fair value gap, I don't want to see price take too much time in it, the way it's doing here. So again, might again fail take out this high and then trade lower into now this lower fair value gap, which is likely to happen. The market is our boss, so whatever it wants to do, that's what will happen. So in my nihilistic mind, thinking that this measuring gap is the only, might hold price, I'm wrong. Okay. So I'm just anticipating because according to my data, I most of the time want to see price trade into this level and not this lower one. So this lower one, if it's trade into it, then just the upper quadrant. So that's why you see my stop loss slightly at the consequent encroachment. So again, this level here. So it's really it's really giving signs of it trading lower. So these are tough PA to be trading. Also, if you are a newbie, if you're a beginner, can really frustrate you. See the way it's really frustrating me. So still doesn't want to take out this high. So that's good. If it doesn't take out this high, well and good. Push lower into this level. But then again, remember, if it pushes lower into this level, and the way it's really resisting going higher, so probably this level might be the one holding it, and then we push lower. I don't know. Nope. So feel like I should just take my L and go. Okay. Should just take my L and live peacefully. Yeah, so such a tough day. And there we go. So two losses. So that marks the end of our session today, our morning session. So inside this PA, because we are still maintaining this range, right now we're in the second macro phase and we've really not taken out even the 930 low and there's higher. So this range, we are still trading inside this range. So I don't want to engage further. So the two L's, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. So maybe we try again tomorrow. So maybe we try again tomorrow and see what what price will have in store for us. So the executions right there. So the first one taken out, the second one taken out. So now that marks the end of it for us. So no more trading until tomorrow. Okay. So no more trading until tomorrow. Uh, so I hope you guys have a good day and take care. So remember tomorrow we're having FOMC. So and also Fed fund rates. Okay. So tomorrow is really hectic, and also PPI. So tomorrow really might be bad news. Okay. So FOMC day protocol, trade the PM session. So PM session simply 1:30 to 30. Look for liquidity or any level on or any area of imbalance that's above or below price, and then look for your setup. So today this was really hectic, but then we've really tried, and so we've only risked the amount that we were willing to risk. Yeah. So not more than $300. So let's wait and see what happens tomorrow or during the PM session. So during the PM session, if I catch something, I'll make sure I record and share with you guys. So until then, have a blessed day. Have a blessed night. Peace.